Hey folks, Jason, JTL, Painfully Honest Tech, back with a 2-month update on my use of the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. This pretty thing. Been using it now since it came out. It came out April 21st, so today is July 3rd, which means that I've been using it now since for 2.5 months-ish. After a week or two trying out the phone, going back and forth between that and my iPhone 7 Plus, I decided to sell the iPhone 7 Plus, and I was afraid that I would regret it. I always seem to go back to the iPhone. But for the most part, I haven't. It is a fantastic phone. It's probably the best phone that you can get on the market these days. Generally, Android tries to give you the freedom to customize your use experience, while Apple is more prescriptive. They want you to use their device the way that they want to use it, and therefore give you sort of a framework to use to be able to use the device effectively. It's easier to use, but it is in many ways a little bit more restrictive. Samsung tends to go a little bit over and above what Android generally offers in terms of features. They used to go crazy, like you could control the phone with your eyeballs and all this other stuff, but they've tried, I think, to move back from that kind of stuff, the heavy overlay of TouchWiz. Now they have, what is it called, Samsung Experience or something. However, they still throw a lot of features in there, and lots of features are great when they enhance the experience and that you get to have with the phone. When there are too many, or they're redundant, or they don't work reliably at all, that's when the problems come into play. And that's been the experience that I've had with this device to a certain extent. And when that happens, I've been happy with a lot of what Samsung has done with the S8 Plus, how much closer they've come to stock Android. Their new features, they're all focused on ease of use for the phone. It's fast, it's beautiful, and there's nothing prettier you can buy at the moment. Samsung has really ramped up the sexy game. They're bringing sexy back, if you will, to the Android phone, and that's great. But that doesn't mean I'm sticking with the device. Some of the Samsung tweaks were welcome. There's a lot of little things that make it easy. I even use the edge screen quite a bit. I made the edge screen sort of my app drawer, slide it out. That was okay. I found it to. There are also other things. Now, as you might know if you watch the channel, I'm a big lover of music and audio gear and that sort of thing. One feature that Samsung has put into their phone this time around that I really like a great deal is this audio equalizer. It's under Sound Quality and Effects. It's called, well, Sound Alive, and you can get a concert hall feature and a bunch of different stuff. But this adaptable sound is what was really interesting to me. So they have these different presets that you can go through. Preset 1 is for people under 30. Preset 2 is for people between 30 and 60. And preset 3 is for people over 60. I am not over 60, but I am over 30, so this middle preset would probably be the best for me if you just want to go straight out of the box. But what I did was I went ahead and did their sort of diagnostic to see where my hearing has suffered over the years. The app here in the settings made up for some of the deficiencies in my hearing. Now, if you can see here, my right ear, pretty decent. My left ear has lost significant hearing compared to the right. So when I balanced it out, it really started to make a big difference in the sound. And it wasn't just a volume thing. I could tell that it was accentuating the frequencies that it said it was accentuating, so that I had a more balanced sound profile. And I thought that was pretty cool. That was one of the cooler features that Samsung included. And yeah, while now it's not the most scientific test, it did enhance my experience. And that was kind of cool in a lot of different ways. Speaking of the headphones, I'm still using those Samsung AKG headphones as my daily drivers. I love earbuds in the summertime. They don't make your ears sweat. They're easy to carry around with you. And I use them every single day. They have held up incredibly well, and I still don't feel like I'm losing anything at all using them over headphones that I have in my collection worth 2 to 3 times the price. I find the microphone sounds good. I find that the volume controls are easy to use. It's really the nicest set of headphones that I've gotten with phone ever in my life. I also like Samsung's custom themes. You can go to their theme store, which is kind of janky, but you can get some themes and style your phone more to my taste. I prefer sort of a darker theme. So what you can see here is I've got darker theme in the settings and darker theme overall, and it's just preferable to me. I can't remember what theme this is, but there are a bunch of, this is probably like minimal dark or something like that. I just like to have a darker theme going on, and I do like this on an infinity display. The S8 Plus, fantastic phone, but I can't say it's been an annoyance-free experience. I found that none of the security features, all the fancy 21st century security features work for me at all. The iris scanner struggled with my glasses. The facial recognition couldn't reliably recognize my face. Maybe it's the beard. I don't know. I could never get the fingerprint scanner to work reliably. Like, I felt like at first I was starting to get used to finding the fingerprint scanner back here, but I just couldn't get it to work reliably because maybe because it's rectangular and my finger would come on an angle. I don't know. I just disabled all of them and have basically been using the phone without security, which is the exact opposite of what Samsung was hoping they could achieve by offering us all this different stuff. And that brings me to my next kind of annoyance. There are too many ways to unlock this phone. Now, I can press this button, and then I can swipe, right? Great. Now, I'll shut it down again. I can also press this button, and it just opens up. That's great. I end up using not really one or the other, and that is kind of annoying because if it was like the iPhone, all I would do is press the home button. Fingerprint scanner would work, phone would open up, and I just end up doing either one or none, or fiddling around with the phone. It's very annoying. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. It's hard to say. Let's get on to the camera. Camera does nothing but take amazing photos. I've struggled with the software, however, even though it's similar to other software out there. I can't seem to. I like this double tap, and you get the camera, but I can't seem to figure out, like, okay, so now I'm switching, right? Switching. How do I get to all the features? This also switches. I don't... Here? No, that's settings. How do I get to manual mode? Do I pull over from here? Yeah. Selective focus? I don't know. It's very annoying. Now, this is the last little foible that I have, and many of you are going to groan, but it's true. It's true. Okay, part of my problem with the phone is just how pretty it is. I love the feel of it. I love the glass. I like the slimmer form factor. I mean, it's so nice. It's like a piece of candy, this thing. But I'm so afraid to take it out of my house. I even carried it around in my house without fear for breaking it. And it's such a pretty phone that using any kind of screen protector or any kind of case on it just seems like the wrong thing to do. You know, it's a brand new form factor. It doesn't look like other phones, and so you want it to look like other phones. You put a case on it, it gets chunky. It looks just like any other phablet out there. While I love the S8 Plus, and I love what Samsung has done with the phone and how far they've come with phones up to this point, there's just enough stuff that makes me feel really uncomfortable about using it long term. At the end of 2 years, I don't suspect that this phone would be in good shape. I would suspect that I would have broken it. I would suspect that I would have had to do a couple insurance claims on it. The insurance claims are not cheap. You know, the deductibles are like $150 or $200, so it's not an easy thing to do, to use a phone like this and to keep it in good condition over the course of 2 years. Connection to these things has gone beyond utility and into fashion, into aesthetics. And as soon as a phone gets messed up, it loses its luster for me. And I don't know if I want to live with the fear of that all day, every day for the next 18 months. The S8 Plus, while it's a fantastic phone, half of the new features don't work for me. It's ultimately a little fiddly, and I'm just afraid to carry around an all-glass phone for fear of breaking it. What do you guys think down in the comments? Should I stick with it? Should I? This has been a little update of a painfully honest and somewhat long update of my feelings about the S8 Plus after a couple of months. Tell me your feelings down in the comments below. Thank you so much again for being here. Until the next time, my name is Jason. I used to be known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. And until the next time, I'm out.